Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
King Truth.
Trae the Truth.
What up, what up?
Welcome,
Really,
son.
really,
I ain't
Baby
a guest,
Truth is a
it's
special
family.
guest.
Yeah, you got a family in the building.
You got Baby Truth with him?
Baby Truth.
She came to take over NY right now.
How's your life changed since having a daughter, man? I see you post about her all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the time I get what I gotta value it, because I get her once a month. So when I do, you know, I just, it's all about her.
All right.
Yeah.
What you mean once a month? You get it 1 week in a month, or you get
Yeah,
it?
they give me, I get 1 week out a month to see her. She live in LA.
Now, is that, I heard you on Slide and say the last woman you was with was bitter or something like that. That ain't what you talking about, is it?
No, I got a few women who was better.
Oh, okay, because I'm like,
You got a
damn.
few last ones, because you said the last one.
Oh, okay.
It just depends if it was the last one or the last one.
Got you.
Now, how many kids do you have, Trae?
4.
You have 4. Now, this is your only
3
daughter.
boys, only girl.
Now, how does your life change now that you have a girl now? How do you maneuver differently now?
I just asked the question.
Yeah, no, but you said something different.
That's the same as that question.
No, you didn't.
I said, how's your life changed having a daughter? You on drugs?
No, you didn't. Now, do you parent differently now that you have a daughter based on a son? It's
you know,
totally 2 different things when you have a son and daughter. You wouldn't know because all you got is girls. It's totally 2 different ways you parent.
I asked the same question you
Can
just
y'all
asked.
not argue in front of Trae and
That's a-
Truth?
I'm used to it, you know. That's
Why are y'all arguing?
I don't, you know, I never whoop none of my kids, but I really believe she gonna be the one that's gonna push me to the limit.
Really?
I'm the one, like, if I tell her don't do something, she purposely gonna do it.
That's
she
right.
might not say nothing, she'll just watch
She's a strong woman.
and wait, yeah. If I tell her don't throw something, she throws stuff at me, all kinds of, it just depends on what moves.
She trying you. That's how
That's
girls
exactly.
are, because they know you're not going to do nothing.
That's why I say she probably gonna be the first one that gotta get a spanking.
No, that's
you
what
can't
that's
spank
what it's
her.
gonna hurt. I tried to spank my oldest daughter one time when she 11 now, and when she was like 2, and I was like, it don't even feel right.
Yeah.
Now you just sit there and
Yeah,
feel
you
dumb.
really know I'm just talking shit, because on the cool, like, I don't whoop kids, man, and it's my baby.
And she seems like such an angel. She making you out to be alive. She seems so calm and so nice. And
She's
so,
like, Daddy, why you lying
Daddy,
on
why you
me?
lying on me, Daddy?
Half of New York experienced it yesterday. So,
Really?
Yeah.
What'd she do yesterday?
We did, you know, I was going to do press. She was everywhere with me, so she take over the building wherever.
And how about her big brothers? How are they feeling? Because, you know,
They
being
good.
the little baby girl.
Houston right out there. You know, I named him after the city, so you know. But he doing his rap thing too now, so
Yeah, he ain't no baby no more. How old
I know.
is Houston now?
he 9, finna be 10.
Wow. What hell he giving you?
Nah, he actually, like, the crazy thing about him, you know, from the music, and he a fighter, you know, he box, so it's just, he one of the ones that just test everything, you know what I'm saying? So I just let him do him.
So can't nobody mess with his little sister.
Hell no.
Wait till she get older.
They couldn't do it anyway. You know who her daddy is?
Now, what's the new album Exhale about? Like, what does that mean? Because it don't never seem like you take a breath.
Man, you know, believe it or not, so it's been probably a few years since I actually released a real album. You know, I do projects here and there, but especially everything I experienced just this last year with life itself, with going through what I'm going through with my daughter and everything else, my form of exhaling was just letting it out. Because, you know, a lot of people, I don't really, you know, I talk to y'all on the regular, but most people don't get to see the real life side of me, you know, other than if you're in the streets. So that's kind of letting them in a certain room and a certain chapter in my life that they never experienced or knew about.
What chapter is that now for Trae, though?
Something that definitely come with growth, because I got a lot more patience than I used to have. I used to I ain't have no patience for none of the shit. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be cussing none of the stuff I had going on, but it's like, you know, when you let something out, man, that just give you like a feel of relief.
Hell yeah.
I think that's where I'm at right now.
All right.
And then plus, not only giving the relief with that, most of my time going to my kids now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
In the community. You give a lot
Well,
to the
that-
community, man.
I don't think I could ever stop that.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't feel like they give you as much respect and support. Like you, even this year, Traeday, you bought a giraffe to the hood, bro.
And a kangaroo.
And a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Where did you find
You
a
thought
giraffe?
it was just a
from?
camel? Well, let's see what we do next year.
When I went, it was a camel. But where did you find a giraffe, and how did you get the permits to get a giraffe in the hood?
Well, you know, they tend to let me get permits on anything I want in the city for as much as I do, but I don't know. I wasn't looking for them. Next year, you know, I gotta.
You've been trying to
do
get an
something
elephant
more.
for like the last couple of years, man.
You know, last year I think I forgot about it. I was so excited about the giraffe.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but elephant gonna come too, man. My whole thing is just doing stuff that people said people like me couldn't do. You know, when you accomplish things like that, that plant the seed and motivate the next little homie that's gonna be me or the one after him that's gonna do even more than what I do. So that's why I do these.
Was you ever inspired by Big Meech?
You know, I didn't coming up. I wasn't as in tune with what he had going on. You know, as I got older, I learned a lot more.
Because he had that one party where he had the whole zoo out there, damn near.
Oh yeah, I definitely heard about that as I got older.
She don't want to hear this.
No, she don't want to
No,
hear
she
that.
good.
Cover the ass.
She rubbing. She probably getting sleepy. That's her doing that.
But you know what? One thing I would say that I love, and it changed the narrative. A couple of years ago, when we talked to somebody from Houston or did something from Houston, they didn't necessarily mention you. But now, no matter what goes through Houston, like I was doing a car show, and the first thing they said, let's call Trae and get Trae involved. And it's so shocking because when we first started the Breakfast Club, that would be the last thing they would call and say. You know what I mean? Which makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it's a new chapter in my life. You know, and it's even more crazy, man. I finally. And I ain't even called Charlamagne telling me, but I think I just kind of eased up with the whole radio thing, man, because I feel like it's all in God's timing. So what happened is this crazy story. So what happened as we were dealing with this lawsuit this time, you know, it's time to vote people back, vote the judges back in and everybody else. So the judge who had the case didn't get voted back in. This is the first time he's never been on the bench.
Wow.
So him being spiteful when it took every case on his desk, threw him out. So now it's just like, man, do I want to really start that process? And I feel like where I'm at now, I got so much other stuff going, man. It's just going to be what it's going to be. You know, I got the stuff with my kids. You know, I'm part owner of Bump Box, the headphones, Waves. We doing like you, me and Mr. Rogers, of course, the relief game, but now we part of Simple Solutions. So we buying homes back in the community and getting people opportunities to make money and have places to stay. So I'm just doing a little bit of everything.
And people grow. I mean, back in the day when they used to call you in Houston, it was for the muscle.
Yeah,
You know, to
they
check
still
in.
do.
Yeah.
That don't. And look, and they know they're gonna get one reaction. Cool. Let me know where to pull up. Bro, I'm with my kids right now. So
But now it's just a different kind of help.
yeah.
You know, and honestly, the radio station down there, if they don't recognize that at this point, I don't know what to tell them.
You know, it's safe to say they've been recognized it, but you know, man, a lot of us, and I can say a lot of us, we'll go to the grave behind our pride.
Yeah.
That's just gonna probably forever be a constant battle, but it ain't stopping what I got going.
I think with all these tragedies that happen too, it also makes you reassess like what's really important
Yeah.
in life, and that's other people.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, from my brother Nipsey to all situations, man. I think that situation was probably between him and my daughter was the most things that kind of weighed me down the most. And with Nipsey, you know, I hit the ground running right after he passed, so it really didn't have the time to fully digest, you know, because I instantly went to doing stuff in Houston for him, then went to LA with the family. So it's like I'm trying to do a little bit of everything. So as I'm juggling that, I'm not really having my personal time to mourn. So, you know, I did what I did best, which I put out the song called Nipsey.
I can't listen to it. I listened to it one time, and I was like, I can't listen to this.
Did you see the video?
No, it's too sad, man. Once I heard the song, I was like, nah.
Yeah, I just had to stop
Beautiful
watching the
tribute.
video at 1:47. I was like, this is too much, man.
But one thing they know about me, the best thing in my life, I learned how to vent well. So.
Oh no, I did see the video because you had the whole all money in team in there. Yeah. You had
shout out to All Money In.
yeah. What's the big dude name?
J-Rock.
J-Rock. Yeah.
everybody.
I'm bugging. I did see
Yeah,
it.
everybody. Of course, you know, I got their blessing. So what I did was with the song and the video is all the stuff will go to the trust fund that they got set up for them.
That's dope.
So doing that, we honor them at Traeday too. You know, I brought his sister out, J-Rock, Kyrie, BH, you know, everybody came down.
Do you believe death is meant to happen when situations like that occur?
You gotta, exactly what you mean.
Like, do you think like death is meant to happen, or you think it's just like different circumstances for the phrase everything happens for a reason? Like, you know, they say everything happens for a reason. Like, you think his death happened for a reason?
It's hard to say. I mean, in one form, I want to be selfish and say it never should happen. You know, that's a brother of mine. But what I do understand is one thing in the flesh, we can't really change what's written in the book already.
All right.
But what I do know is for the ones who was real close to him, it definitely hurt. And on the flip side of that, it showed us what he sparked, because he sparked a lot of stuff that wouldn't have been there. You know, a lot of people united. And you know, you got some ignorant people that just don't know no better. But he sparked a lot of change. And then for people who's similar to him and people who's on the same path, now some of them can get recognized and people will take what they're doing a little more serious. So he definitely was the one to plant that in the soil or put that in the atmosphere, you know. But again, being selfish, it still shouldn't have happened, bro, because I feel like a lot of real ones always go there and we be forever trying to rep them, but it's like, man, why not rep them when they're here? Or how so many suckers still here? Because it's 98% most suckers roaming around, and I can't even imagine how they get away with half the stuff they get away with, but it is what it is. You know, in my mind, I be thinking, man, they should have been popped.
Damn. You don't want to think that, though, because you don't want to bring that kind of energy to yourself.
Well, if looking at it from that aspect, I guess I'm going to leave it alone.
Some
of them niggas deserve it, though. I don't give a damn.
I get what you're saying.
No, yeah. Like, how's this person still walking around free?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Because,
Yeah,
you know, man, this, like, you got to think, even from me to Nip to a lot of them, you know, we normally humble cats. You know, we respect everybody. It's just all about respect. Like, we give you respect, you give us the same return. You got some people who just blatantly disrespectful.
Yeah, when you see somebody like when 6ix9ine was out, and you be like, something gonna happen to you if you keep running around acting like that.
Something did happen.
So if something did happen, you're right.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so it's either one of those two things happen. So when you see something like that happen to Nip, you like, that ain't supposed to happen to him. You don't bother nobody.
Yeah, not at all. It's just, I think it still haven't really settled with everybody. She sleep.
Yeah,
I think it
It's
really
your
haven't.
voice.
Yeah, it really haven't settled with everybody, because it just still seems unreal. Because I'm pretty
24
sure.
months.
Yeah, if you go on Instagram any day, I guarantee you, if you go on your what is it called?
Your feed.
Yeah, the feed.
Explore page.
No, the Explorer page. You're gonna see more of him than anything. Yeah,
I think his birthday tomorrow.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
like the 15th.
So,
Yeah.
gotta figure out what we can do out this way for him, because you know, wherever I'm at, I'm always represent for him, man.
How do you
I
feel?
got him tattooed on my back. You know, it's my brother.
How you feel when you see the memes that say, since Nipsey passed, respect the Killer Mikes, the David Banders, the Trae Truths, why they still here?
You know, I always been humble to that part, man. I don't do what I do for that type of recognition, but it's appreciated, you know, because even if it was one person that'd be like, man, I appreciate what you do or what you did help me get through this situation, it means something because you genuinely did and you helped them. So it's always a blessing, but I'm not trying to run around parading like I'm this and I'm that. I just do me.
Now, throughout all the issues that you've had in your own hometown, you still never even think about leaving Houston still to this day?
No.
Never.
You know, I love my city to death. That's why I named my son after the city. So I feel like, man, that's gonna be me till I go. Now the how I move and how I operate, you know, it's definitely gonna change as time goes on. But I'm always gonna be Houston. It's Houston to the death. I mean, whether it's from the community to the music to the streets to any aspect, you know.
Are Houston artists starting to work with each other more and starting to support each other, especially with Travis Scott doing great and Megan Thee Stallion doing great?
Yeah, shout out to them, man. You know, with what they got going on, being as two of the hottest, youngest that's doing their thing in the game, we definitely somewhere at the top, you know, so it can revolve back there. But there's so many, and I do not get into naming everybody because I'll be the first one to forget somebody. It's like, bro, and it's like, but what I can say is and I'm always more into the street scene. So on the street scene of the music in Houston, it's crazy. But then you have cats that's coming up that may be the next Travis. And then with what Megan's doing, you got a lot of dope females in Houston that's been rapping and that can rap, and hopefully that opened the doors for them too. So, you know, it's definitely gonna have its point where it come back to Houston.
The artists are starting to work with each other. They're starting to show unity.
Yeah,
I know one time it was a little separate.
I think maybe with the older generation, the younger generation, they run together. That's just
Dope.
9 times out of 10 when you see one of them throwing something, somehow you're gonna see all the rest of them in there. You know, and what I've even been doing myself lately is when I do what I do, I invite all the youngins out just to one, motivate them to let them have the feeling of knowing, everybody not gonna sleep on you. When most of the people gonna walk past you or close the door and you got somebody out here that y'all feel, because in the city they feel I'm probably one of the biggest things moving. You got ain't really in the industry. It ain't many who done what I've done or dealt with who I've dealt with, and the fact that I reach out and bring them in, like, come on, let me show you the ropes or whatever you need, holler at me. That they embrace that a lot. And I just feel like they deserve it, man. Because coming up, I ain't really had that.
And you don't charge artists for that when artists ask you to be mentors, stuff like that?
Never. Yeah, I don't do that at all, man. I feel like, for what? And it ain't necessarily genuine when it gets to that point.
When you say you move different, how do you move different? Because you've been shot, you've had people around you get killed.
Yeah, my brother clipped.
Yeah.
Got another brother deported. Like, it's just, I deal with a lot of things. I think, man, just in life we forget a lot of things. Like rule one, what I tell a lot of little homies now. Coming up, when we used to watch Jay's, Jay Prince, shout out to him, that's Pops. When we used to watch Jay's and a lot of others come up, the goal was to do what you can do, take care of your family, and get out, make sure they're all right, and then reach back to pull more out so you can help elevate. But we at a mind frame now where everybody's whole goal is to stay in and not try and elevate, just try and prove who can stay in the longest. And we lose sight of all that. So with that being said, that's how I used to move myself, but it's like now I got to think for more than just me, because the stuff that I'm doing is only creating a legacy for my kids and creating a legacy for my team and those who following in my path. I'm definitely trying to go out as one of the few real ones that was here 100% of the time, because a lot of people end up being flawed in many ways. So that's definitely what I'm going for.
Do you ever take time to go back and look at your evolution and how you first started in this game and all the things that you were going through?
Not really. So the homie Jay Kyle, I believe he did the Snoop Dogg play.
Oh yeah, I know Jay. That's my man. He had Melissa Ford had a play.
As a matter of fact, it's crazy. He told me make sure I talk to you in due time. He writing a book on me right now because they actually want to do a play and a movie just based on everything I've been through from young to now.
That's dope.
That would be really interesting.
That's dope.
Because I think people who know you now might not know all the backstory. Like if you're younger and you didn't come up knowing about all the things that Trae the Truth was doing. And
yeah. And I had a lot of big moments like that and a lot of accomplishments that people don't know. So, and then I was always one of them people like it just wasn't everybody's business, but for some reason it resonates more when people feel like when you let them in a little more, they feel part of your life. So
yeah, you've always been kind of closed off too, like.
Always.
You like, I ain't gonna ask Trae about that because he, look, he now.
Yeah, and then because they don't know if I'm gonna flip out, they don't know what it is. But now, most of the time now I laugh at a lot of stuff.
All right.
As back then, you would never see me smiling in pictures or none of that.
Why was that? You was dealing with like some pain or something?
Nah, I think it was just me, man. I don't.
ABN.
Yeah, definitely that for life. But you never allow people to get too comfortable because that's when they take it for a weakness or they take advantage of it. So I just chose to protect myself all around.
What does Trae do for self-care, man? Like, what do you do to keep yourself like just sane?
Honestly, just my kids, man. A lot of people tell me all the time, man, you need to go on vacation. You need to do this. You need to do that. And it's like, it just ain't for me, man.
You never been on vacation?
Nah, I don't do it. I be really just chilling.
Never?
No.
Man, you got to do that, Trae. You got too many people pulling at you, man. Everybody wants something from you.
And bring the kids. You got to bring the kids on vacation.
Well, see, for them, I'm going to start doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah, you got to show them the world, man.
You never got a massage?
Got to take them out.
Nah, I ain't.
You never got a massage?
Nah,
you never had a mani-pedi?
Nah. I disagree with me doing that.
Petty?
Yeah, with me doing that. I can't. I've learned not to be so opinionated with everybody else because it's different strokes for different folks. But me myself, nah.
Go to the spa.
Imagine you walking in the spa, you just see me with my feet kicked up of me.
I'll be like, man, he deserved that. And I'm gonna get a lady a tip for him. Say, man, work hard, man.
Keep it down, baby.
Oh, you right.
Oh, she thugging. She all right.
Like that man work hard. He deserved that.
I would be like,
make sure you get your milk and honey spa pedicure.
Well, just know the day I do, I'll send y'all a picture if it ever happens.
We want you to spa on vacation.
Yes.
That way, you go to spa on
vacation. You need to get a
vacation.
massage on the beach on vacation.
Yeah,
And
we'll figure it out.
Ain't never been to the beach or nothing?
I
Miami?
mean,
That's it?
you know, of course, when you're on tour here and there, you might go step on the sand, but
you probably wear a
nothing
whole
like that.
sweatsuit on the beach.
She ain't lying.
God damn, Trae, you gotta live a little, man. You deserve
He
it.
at least took the kids to Disney.
As a matter of
right?
fact, we should put together
Yeah,
a
yeah.
vacation.
I
We
mean,
should
you
put
know,
together
yeah.
this vacation.
Add
I
some
mean,
years
you
of
know,
your life.
like, but that ain't really, that don't be vacation. It be when I'm on work and moving around.
You get a
'Cause
couple
you-
days in Orlando, you be like, I'm gonna take the kids, and then
Yeah, because you know, since Houston was damn near one, as I'm traveling the world, he was thugging it out with his pops. We was everywhere,
Right.
all the way from being on the East Coast to being on the West Coast with Tip at Dr. Dre house to everywhere. Like Houston just always been around, you know. So definitely doing that. Speaking of that, my oldest son, you know, he disabled. My son Danico, we've been doing Unique and Gifted. So now we kind of grabbed most of the majority of special needs in the city of Houston. So every time I have something going with him, we bring them out. Because, you know, you have a situation where a lot of people, they be embarrassed or they be real cautious because, you know, people can be cruel at times.
Word.
But the good thing with me is, in my city, everybody love my kids. Like, even if I go to post or do something, you don't get that type of disrespect, you know what I'm saying? They embrace them different. So doing that, and then I'm in the process of trying to open up a children's shelter. So I feel that's going to be real good for a lot of the kids in the city because it's overcrowded, one. Then you have some people, they'll get sent to shelters or foster care, and sometimes if it's overcrowded in the city, they send them to the outskirts. So when you send them to the outskirts, you got some relatives that ain't got cars, so it ain't no bus route to get to them, none of them situations. So with that being said, a lot of them kind of get lost in the system. So it's like I'm trying to definitely do that where it'll be in the city, and the difference of it is when I do the shelter, I'm going to make it where it's equal to how my kids live. So therefore, it'll definitely get them a different type of. I want to do it to where they want to just only stay at the shelter, but I want to let them know it's somebody that's
cares.
not. Yeah, it's somebody caring, somebody not just trying to go get a check or do what you can do just to here lay on this floor, lay on this little cot, and let me give you some bread or peanut butter and jelly.
You're not just a body, you're a human.
Yeah, I feel like you have to treat people how you want to be treated. So definitely with a lot of these kids, stuff like that, they live for that. Like Traeday, man, they can go the whole year doing whatever they want. When they get time for Traeday, they gonna make sure point blank period they there. That's the one time a year they know, man. Well, not the one time for me giving back, but they know it's the one time a year. That day they gonna do whatever they want to do.
Trae gonna take care of them.
Yeah.
And for any resorts out there, I know there's a lot of resorts that listen. Trae has never had a vacation. Let's set something up nice where Trae can go on vacation.
Trae, you better take this vacation.
He can take his kids with him. He can enjoy. We could set up a spa.
Trae.
And let's treat
You know
Trae
somebody who always trying to tell me to do it, Gazi. You know, it's my brother with
Oh,
Empire.
yeah.
So Gazi always like, man, Trae, we just need to.
Listen,
It'll change the atmosphere.
and you
what
got
it feel.
homies. Jay Prince got an island in Belize.
Yeah, definitely.
Duval got a house in Bahamas. You could easily pull up and just kick it.
And you know what? You could also write and be so inspired on vacation in a different way that you probably can't even anticipate.
Clears your brain.
Hell yeah.
Well, it wasn't a vacation. So the only time I got inspired different was right after I got shot. J. Cole sent for me and took me overseas just to get away and clear my mind for a second while he was on tour. So definitely
that still
I came
sounds
back
like work.
different. Yes.
Yeah, you
still is
going
work.
city
He was
to
on
city
tour.
traveling. You need to just sit on the beach.
You know
and
what's
relax.
crazy? I don't think I could be normal if I'm not working. If I'm not under pressure, not working,
Well,
I don't think
said you
I'll
could
operate
write.
normal.
That's work.
Yeah,
Listen to
in
some
a sense.
beats.
You do it one time, and I was the same way. 6 years ago, I started taking vacations. Now I take 2-3 a year because you just need to relax.
Probably
You need
6
to
a year he
recharge.
takes.
But before that, never. I was like, I gotta work. I felt like if I wasn't working, I wasn't being being producer.
Yeah, Bun
Just
B
had
and them
to.
they tell me, man, I'm a different type of machine.
Do you ever get writer's block because you have so much music out there and you're writing all the time?
Not really. What do happen to me, not writer's block, like a slight sense of fear when I go, because I can go months to a year without even doing any music, and it'd be like, man, I ain't been in there so long. I hope I can get back in here and pick up from where I left. So that be something that get me hesitant. But once I get in there, it's just like riding the bike all over again. So yeah. And then the other thing you said earlier, Envy. So I was doing I was with Tyson about right before Traeday, and he asked me. He was asking me certain stuff, and I told him when it come to working, that's what I'm used to, and it's like I feel obligated, man. If something happened in my city, and I ain't on the say, if I just feel like I hesitate a little, and I ain't on that front line, it'll make me feel terrible days later. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like to the point when anything slightly about to happen, they know I'm out there.
You scared to be gone?
Yeah, it just because you know the one time you don't want to be the one time somebody really needed you, you didn't jump to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? But
you also look like you're aging backwards. So
that's health wise. Shout out to my bro Jock. Yeah.
So
ain't no Beijing in that bid.
Nah.
What is it that you?
Boy,
Look at me disgusted
let me
just
tell
now.
you something, bro. I cut my beard off. You see, I accepted being bald headed.
Yes,
so, I accept mine on all 10 toes. But yeah, I can't run around with that black dye on my face.
I don't get it. It looks so silly, man.
Yeah.
What is it that you do for your diet? And you said health wise.
Just not eat a lot of the junk that I do when I work out every day. You know, man, believe it or not, even working out, I lost most of my weight just by stopping eating a lot of stuff.
They say that's 70% of it. If you want to lose weight, is what you eat.
You got to think, man. At one point I was almost 290.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm 230 now. So
Well, good for you.
But that was just for me. I would only eat after
you don't
midnight.
drink.
You know, I don't drink or smoke. I would just eat after midnight and just eat what I want to eat, man. So I was just lazy. But now it's like, yeah, it feels better now.
Right.
You got to be it for your kids, man.
Yeah, I could. Man, if I was that big, then I probably wouldn't be able to walk around because I can't really sit her down. So I'd probably been tired holding her the first 10 minutes. Now I walk around with her. It's so crazy when you say how it changed your life. I was thinking about, so my son Danico's birthday just passed, and I'm walking around the aquarium with a little backpack with her on my chest. So, but you know, people be scared to say something, so they just be looking like, man, is that Trae? But you know, it was cool for me. It works out.
It's
Did you have
good,
the jewelry
though.
on too, though? Did you have the backpack and the jewelry on?
Yeah.
See that? Trae crazy.
But it showed the evolution of a goon.
But you know, I think people don't really know their research on it, man. Because if you go back to look at the Jays and everybody else, they always took care of family.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We genuinely laid back people. You have to people don't understand. You have to provoke us for us to go there. We never go looking for nothing. So what happens is when they provoke us and we go there, then they play the victim like, man, it wasn't that serious. But it's like people don't really see what can get us worked up. But most of the time, man, a lot of us just laid back like that.
Are you voting for Willie D and Bun B?
Yeah, well,
Or it's different districts? I don't know how that works.
I didn't know Bun was running. I thought it was
Not Bun, Willie D and
Willie
Scarface. I'm sorry.
I was like,
sorry.
you know,
I got my
Scarface
legends
is running for
confused.
office.
Scarface
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Willie D.
Yeah, and I'm like, I talked to Bun on the regulars.
Yeah,
But
Scarface and Willie
yeah,
D.
definitely, I'm in support. I'm always in support. You know, a lot of people have been trying to get me to get in city council for a long time, and I just feel like that's not where I'm at now.
Right.
You know, I feel like I can do mine from a distance and do just as much work. And
People will
I'm
believe
gonna
in
sit
you,
back.
though. Because you show the effort. You show the work.
And that's the other thing. I don't want to get into the city council and lose trust of people either.
Right.
You know, because I built that trust up, and they know they can rely on me. So I never want to be that one where they look like, man, all this time I believe in him, and this nigga was fraud. Like, yeah, I can't do that.
Well, Trae, the album comes out, we'll
And
say
you
right
got
now.
August
Comic book.
23rd. Yeah, I was just going to say
Coloring
you got
book.
the Hometown Hero comic and coloring book. Really did that for my kids, so you know you see a little bit of stuff in there. And
You
my
love
book
animation.
coming. Yeah.
Anything animated.
So while we on here, and maybe y'all can shout it out, Adult Swim, anybody, y'all need to come grab. I don't understand why they ain't grabbed my cartoon yet. Every
I don't
person you
understand
can
it
think
either.
of in the game been in this cartoon, and they ain't restarted not once, man. So
There's so many other platforms out there. You don't need Adult Swim.
give me some ideas you think I should go.
I mean, you got YouTube. You got like
See, I ain't really thought about
Hulu,
YouTube because I want to be
Netflix.
TV more so.
yeah.
But
Well, although everybody's on YouTube, I will say
Yeah.
it's a huge way to directly make some money.
And YouTube got a bigger audience than most of them networks nowadays. Hell yeah.
Everyone's on YouTube.
well, we may have to go that route.
There you go.
Tuma may be calling you, baby.
There you go.
Well, Trae, thank you for joining us, brother.
Yeah, nah, it's all love.
And we're going to get Charlamagne out for Traeday one day.
I thought I was close this year. I get this nigga this close every time.
Put it on the calendar
and then
now.
he'll just fade away.
Now.
There's no excuses. Put it on the calendar now.
Probably the time he come, the elephant gonna be there. That's definitely. But you know something else, man? Believe it or not, so this year wasn't that Discovery Green.
It wasn't.
And a lot of people don't really know how much I spend throughout Traeday. And then I'm trying to really learn. I really need to get sponsors.
Yes, you do.
You know, when me and you talk to Envy, I just, okay, well, what it costs, let me figure out I'm gonna get a handle.
Yeah.
But for Traeday, people understand it's easily over 100,000 every Traeday.
Yeah.
And it's, you don't get that back. And
you
I
can
don't
get a lot
really,
of those sponsors, man, to pay for a majority of it. You know
Also,
what I mean?
you could
Especially
write
'cause
that
of
up on
your
your taxes if you have your charity set up.
I actually need to probably get on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
But so usually at Discovery Green, I didn't do it at Discovery Green this year because you would think as many years as you do it there, I paid that just to rent a park that people go to for free. I pay almost $20,000-$30,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just at a point now, like if you don't care for the people the way I do, I gotta find something different, man.
Yeah, let's get you some sponsors.
I'm gonna leave that on you. Sponsored by the Breakfast Club.
There you go. We'll work on it. We'll help out.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's the Breakfast Club. It's Trae the Truth.